What if I told you that you, yes you, have the power to prevent an already bad situation from getting any worse using only your words? Hello, and welcome to The Village. My name is Isaiah, but you can call me Billy. I have over 3 years experience working at a children's psychiatric hospital, adult psychiatric hospital, and behavioral therapy. And I'm here to share with you today some verbal de-escalation skills and techniques that'll prove to be instrumental should you find yourself in a high intensity situation. Now there are hours of training material on this subject, so for the sake of time, I'm going to share with you just 5 key tips to help achieve verbal de-escalation. These tips will be kind of like in step format because the order in which you execute is important. So let's get into it. Tip 1, assess. Coming into the situation, you really want to get a clear idea of what you're dealing with. You want to be sure everyone is safe, the individual themselves, the person that they're upset with, and you yourself, whether you are the person that they're upset with or not. You want to make sure nobody is in any immediate danger and that there are no weapons, and if this person is even in the right headspace to be able to communicate. Some people just see red, and in those moments, there's really no point in trying. You want to give them space and time to work through whatever they're working through so they can get to a point of reason. In those moments, I think it's important to not be verbal at all. And again, like I said, just make that space and give them the time to work through it. Once they've gotten to a point to at least be able to communicate, you're ready to go into your next tip, which is asking questions. Now, this person is still likely very upset, and a lot of times when people are upset, it's because they don't feel heard. They think that their point is not coming across, and the only way they can get you or anybody's attention is with a blow up, right? So you want to go into it very inquisitive, right? Who did it? What did they do? What happened? Why are we here right now? Where is it you want to be, right? You want to ask your W questions. Who, what, why, where? Because the last thing you want to do is make your own assumptions. Let them tell you exactly what they're going through or what they're experiencing. Because if you begin making assumptions and saying things like, are you mad because such and such? Are you really acting like this because a lot of times, if that's not what it is, or even coming at it like that, will just escalate the situation even more. Ask questions. Let them tell you directly what's going on with them. Whether you agree or disagree, let it come from their mouth, not yours. Which segues right into our next step, listening. You've asked your W questions, and now they're responding to them. A lot of times people in such an elevated state of being will rant. They'll go on and on. Such and such did, and that really got me messed up because I didn't like when this happened, and I don't like how they said it like this. Or it could be directed at you, This can go either way. Directed at somebody else or directly at you. You was talking real crazy. You shouldn't have even said that. That shit never even came out your mouth. You really got me messed up. That's so crazy. Right? We're listening this entire time. We're letting them get it all out. Let them get it all out. Be sure that they are finished before you start speaking again. There are times where I'll even have like a 5 to 10 count when there's a pause in their sentences. Some people pause, gather their thoughts, and keep going again. You don't want to cut them off or begin providing feedback or opinions on information that's incomplete because they weren't able to let out the scope of the situation entirely. I'll have my 5 to 10 count. I'll hear a gap, count in my head. And if 10 seconds go by and it's just quiet, sometimes there's like an awkward look of like, are you gonna say anything? And in that time, I'll straight out say, I wanted to be sure you were finished before I started talking. It's also important that whatever you just heard, there is no judgment behind it, and you are carefully listening for any underlying core issues that there may be. Because like I said, people tend to ramble and kind of go around the issue, but if you listen closely and are paying attention, you can pick out what said person is truly upset about. Nah, because they really got me twisted, bro. They really got me messed up. You did not have to say it that loud that my car was declined and embarrassing me in front of all these people looking at me like I'm broke, like I don't got nothing. That's real crazy that they're gonna really embarrass me like that and talk about my car decline. You don't know what I got going on at home. You don't know if I can give my kids dinner tonight. You don't know if I got food on my table and you don't know what I could be going through, huh? After listening, we want to empathize and acknowledge. Hey, I get it. I get it. That's personal and should be handled discreetly between you and the other person involved. That's not everybody's business. I 100% agree with you. Let them know that they were heard and that they're not completely in the wrong for feeling what they're feeling. Are they going about expressing that the right way? Maybe not, but for the sake of de-escalation, provide that validation for the person. You're not condoning behavior. You're simply making it known that they have a reason. You're simply making it known that you understand that they have their reason of being upset in this moment. Lastly, in our de-escalation, we're looking for solution or resolve in some form or fashion. What can we do? What will help you in this moment? In this case, it may be an apology. In this case, it may be helping the person out in that moment with some of their groceries, if it's in your power to do at that moment, or even offering maybe couponing tips that could help them in the future, or even in that moment. Or maybe even it's as simple as recommending another grocery store that you really like and suggesting that person bring their business there instead of where they're at. And sometimes there's nothing that you can do, but the resolve was letting that person feel heard and preventing it from escalating any further. But I will say, if there's something that is in your power that you're willing to do, be sure to follow through with it. Don't just tell them that you can help in a certain way and then don't or not. In this hypothetical situation, we were talking about a stranger that you may possibly never see again. But if you're de-escalating a loved one and you help them through this process, but then offer to resolve that you couldn't follow through with, that could potentially stir up animosity and ill feelings towards you from that person. So if you can't or aren't willing to do anything to resolve the situation, definitely don't say you can. But if you can, do. If you're at the very least able to achieve these 5 steps, your odds are astronomically greater at getting the situation to a calm and productive space. And with that said, always remember, we are ever learning, growth-oriented, and evolutionary thinkers here in the village. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely want to check out last week's video right over here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and open up discussion down in the comment section. Were these tips helpful? Do you feel like they're pointless? Either way, let us know down below what you think. Links to all the huts in the village are in the description. And until next time,